Thank you. Thank you. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Naomba niwasalimie mahali tulipo. Uhuru wa Yesu. True freedom. Uhuru wa Yesu wa milele. Your Grace the Bishop. I still think there's a bad echo. Your Grace the Bishop, Bishop Ndambuki, Bishop Mukwelu, and the leadership of African Brotherhood Church, the family of our late brother Alex and the siblings, fellow mourners, Governor Mutula, CS Mutua, and Mheshimiwa Kibasu, our host, my brothers JB and Eugene. At the Nairobi Baptist Church, you were very bold as a party leader of Democratic Party, and you were able to put the flag as you can do. It should be a liberty to do what you should do as Konzalo's party leader. We'll honor that. Well, I once reminded of a famous words spoken at a funeral of Julius Caesar by famously Mark Antony. He started by saying, "We come to bury Caesar." He said, "I come to bury Caesar, not praise him." He went on to say, "The evil that men and women do lives after them, but the good," I like that, "the good is often interred with their bones." Brutus had accused Caesar of being ambitious. Those were the Roman days. Ambition started a long time, and poor Julius Caesar had to be killed. Brutus eventually ended up saying, "The elements are so juxtaposed in him." Caesar, that nature could stand and see. And a national leader with the virtues of chapter 6 of Constitution 2010, itself a product of one of his predecessors, his fellow competitor in Boni politics, our late brother Mutula Kalonzo Sr., who was the architect, and he birthed Constitution 2010. And he was so particular about it. And Junior, forgive me, when I know our brother Justice Waki, Philip Waki, Kofi Annan, remember the violence. We have produced great men in this community. Men of impeccable integrity, and who stood for what is the best value we can give as a nation. I was, when Konzalo was accused of calling somebody Mushenzi, that thing was resolved. We all have some kind of excesses here and there, but that may not define who we are. What is important is we have come to bury a dear person. When I saw my sister mother, I didn't see her, Mother Kasanga Mulo and her kids. I looked for her at the Nairobi Baptist Church, and I think our pastor here, Baptist Church, Senior Pastor Pinto, was presiding, because we would go there. We made Nairobi Baptist Church ABC and AIC as occasion would demand, and we have our kids grow up there. And Alex, you spoke well. I want to confirm to you there will be no stress We will not cause any stress to you because the argument was settled. We used to argue in Namutula, who is corrupting whose name? Wandua kwazia to Kalonzo kwazia Konzalo. We had that argument wherever we would meet. And it was because, as I said in church, at the Baptist church, that we were managing some kind of stress. And here, when I see my younger brother Mutua here and my younger brother Deputy Governor, I always call him Mweke, people we have actually also mentored in a way. As we manage stress, Mutua na Mweke, I'm just a telephone call away. I'm just a telephone call away. Because we must hold together as a people. That is who we are. That was the example I had with my senior brother here, solid DP. And I also want to confirm, I said it in church, Democratic Party candidate in Mbeere North did not lose. And thank you, Junior, for bringing it out. We have to do something about this new concept of goonism. We hold the view, along with my colleagues, because we are discussing as we came, that any leader who is given to violence and evidence is demonstrably clear that they are the authors and the perpetrators of electoral violence, they cannot get away with it. Therefore, we will not allow them to get away with the violence in Malava and the violence in Mbeere. We will not. And it's not just that we are chest thumping or anything. We owe it to this country and to men and women who have stood on principle, like our late brother Konzalo. So, as we go forward, we do so with confidence that we know we are riding on the strength of character of men like Munao. You know, Kenya Meat Commission had collapsed until Kibaki made Munao Minister for Livestock Development. And you have heard my sister from my clan, Mweke. You know, when your boss said, this Kalonzo man is not a cattle farmer. We are working in Dengu. And because I had said we were saying no to vaccination of our livestock, which we knew nothing about, and I'm happy that that thing died, by the way. So you can see the work of real opposition, because it died. The fact that William Ruto called me Mutu and Dengu, he spent 4 days in Kitui. I hope you reminded him. We still keep livestock, even as we grow Dengu. These are Dengu growing area and also cotton. So these are also nice things. We don't take it against him. No, absolutely not. We don't take it against anybody. We take everything, and that is what Konzalo taught us. Take in the stress and don't let it define your character. And on my own behalf and my family, Pauline and the kids, some are grown now, the young men and women, you saw them, I think at the other funeral of your minister. And so, yeah, they all stand with this family, Alex. They all know you. And we don't want you to think we've come here for political gain or any reason. We came to bury one of us. Of course, like we came last year, we were here when we said kwaheri to Mama Agnes. Kone kuki tumetokie na kaitu tungenga imobea maunduni onde, our spiritual leaders included. You know our position, and we know there are things you have to do. For example, Governor Mutula knows the party position. If the national president, the president of the republic, comes to makwiny, he has to be there. But the national president has to discuss, to actually agree and recognize that there are two governments, parallel governments, but they need each other. So that recognition is important. You gave condolences of Governor Wabinya, who had wanted to be here, because we know that there's a time President comes to Machakos, the governor cannot speak, and this is what makes people wonder, what is it? It's not a crime to be in opposition, because opposition ends up being the government in waiting, as indeed is the case. So we are so happy they brought out their very worst in this recent by-elections. We now know their game plan. There are no other games to play. And this country cannot be like any other country. Our brother, our senior brother, governor, professor, because professor said the students are telling him they don't want Kenya to be like Tanzania. Kenya will always be Kenya, because our young people have an inspired progressive revolution, not only in the continent, but the world over. And they've been watching. And you cannot steal for them. They are still very angry at Bishop. You need to own them, because they even have issues about the church. On corruption, when a president comes and says, I'm giving you 120 million shillings, and we know his salary is just under 2 million, obvious disproportionate misuse of power, state power. That's what Munyao would never have done. So we were with him, of course, in NAC. I know our sister Charity would really have loved to be here, and she's out in the US. But you can see the example of NAC. That time nobody believed Kanu could lose. Kanu went on to lose. And let nobody deceive you, fellow Kenyans, until you can divide the opposition. The elements and the commitment and even the ideological positioning of who we are in opposition cannot be broken. When we were in court, and it was Ruto, who is the speaker who read his eulogy here, and Raila and myself, before Musalia came and they talked about Nasa Hawa, ended up Kunaswa Wao. We used to say that the codes, it is biblical, bound by codes that cannot be broken. This is what this community is at Bishop, and I spoke to you after the last election, and you said, Kindukimu kiumelile wazi, nimbaino ni nengete ndaya, nambaino ndeza ubudhia, nambaino ndeka kunewe kelele ne mundu yoyote, mundu ibinda nebikie, tuiba kubekwete isi ukone, na Nondo kuone to either the names here. What is the name of this Ngiloni? These people are very good in honey keeping, beekeeping. That's why they are the Ngilo. Okay, one Ngilo. Na we moyomo no. Yeah. By to bikie. By kusiokane tina. By mbeso na si by to know the integrity ya community no. Kana kuwa your party leader na ningo moto ngea mubea. Inyo ndo mama kuwene mwethe wa mustale wambe. I want to say, Nangaya Mwadime, even as we say Kwaheri to our cherished brother. And this family will hold together. Anything, Alex, you think we can do together, we are always there. We bring condolences from our brother, your big cousin, Regeji. So unajua Regeji alisema ndiye community spokesman. Alisema kana ina Kalonzo debe kendumu kumukoli ya I think he spoke in Mumbuni kwa Monyaka. When you community spokesman, and you can see that it's very easy. Now we are real cousins. These are cousins. And so we thank you. He has sent his greetings and condolences.